Sup, you beautiful bonehawks. Hoping you have a fantastic Tuesday. Welcome back to Shaweekly Dink, and let's just jump into it. First, I want to give a shout out to Shiro, who thought up the name Shaweekly Dink that we decided to use. It's a great name, and I will be doing the show weekly, hopefully. Maybe not if there's weeks where it's kind of slow on news, but with Combo Breaker right off the horizon, there's lots to talk about. And the first thing I'm going to cover is why SMG Princess is in the news. If you're not familiar with SMG Princess, she is a Canadian YouTuber / Twitch personality. She has over 20,000 YouTube views. Does pretty well for herself. Lately, she did come under fire because she was reposting content from the NetherRealm official stream onto her YouTube channel and getting quite a few views on it. Now, we did touch on this a little bit last week about copyright infringement and whether it's actually stealing or creating content, and in this aspect it's very clear that she's actually just taking content from NetherRealm and uploading it to her channel with no transformation process or anything in place, not really adding to it at all. And of course, people weren't happy about this, and a lot of people kind of lashed out and made comments at her about it, in which she promptly blocked almost everybody that had any sort of opinion. I have not commented on it until now because I wanted to make sure that I had access to some information so I could make this story for you guys, because I'm sure that I will be blocked as well after this video comes out. And you had top guys too, like Ketchup and Mustard going after her and stuff like that, so it's not really like it was a small thing. And she did come back and say that, I haven't monetized these videos, I'm not making money off of it, which isn't exactly the point. Like, the point is that she's getting this traffic to her channel through this content, and they can click off of that video onto something that is monetized and kind of continue going on from there. So even though this video in itself isn't maybe directly giving her money, it is linking to something that is, and it still is pretty much copyright infringement to just copy and paste and still somehow make a profit off of it. Now, usually something like this would just be like, oops, sorry, I made a mistake, take it down, learn from your mistakes, that kind of thing. But it did start a huge debate on Twitter, going back and forth between a few people, and then, her putting out this statement. Spends 1+ year uploading quality content, no one bats an eye or praises my work. Post-tournament footage from NRS Twitch, all hell breaks loose. Why not spend that energy to build a community instead of breaking it down? Y'all fake as fuck with no manners. #BeGoneThought. Now, usually you can kind of put this down to, just negativity, people being negative, but no, this is actual harmful stuff. This is technically illegal stuff that she's doing. It's not, just negativity being sent her way. This is a serious problem within the community. We saw guys like the Hacking Freak that used to do that all the time. There's tons of people out there. Now, don't get me wrong, like I was mentioning, there are people that actually do have permission to upload this stuff, and that those are people that we should be very careful of. It is very clear here that she did not go out seeking permission from NetherRealm to post this stuff. They might be okay with it, but she did not go and make sure that it was okay first before she reposted it on her YouTube account. And although, yes, she has put out some quality content over the last year, a lot of it is really clickbaity and also kind of misleading to her audience. There's a video where she talks about Mortal Kombat 11 being cancelled, she talks about the Black Panther making into Injustice 2, which of course that's a whole different bag of worms of why that wouldn't work. So in my opinion, this whole thing is just she needs to take down those videos. That'd be the right thing to do, and just kind of move forward. I feel like she's digging herself a hole into being this controversial figure by keeping it up there. But I want to pass the question on to you. What do you think? Do you think she's doing something wrong here? Do you think what she's doing helping the community? Post your opinion in the comments below, and let's discuss it. And now we get to talk about Combo Breaker. Combo Breaker happened this last weekend. If you were living under a rock, then you probably should know about Combo Breaker. And it's got to be the first event that I've seen in a very, very long time where Sonic Fox didn't take home first place in a single NRS title. MK9, he got second. MKX, he didn't even enter. Injustice 2, he got third. Having said that, he did win Dragon Ball, which was like the main event, so I can totally see why he might not have been practicing the other games. Now, it's no secret that Perfect Legend and Sonic Fox kind of went head-to-head a little bit before this event, and Perfect Legend, of course, saying that he's leaving the NRS scene to focus full-time on Dragon Ball, and before the tournament came out, he did send out this tweet. Oh, shut up and get ready to get bardocked by everyone at the tournament. I really hope you aren't bringing that weak-ass team to Combo Breaker. Which, ironically enough, Fox did, and Fox won, leaving Perfect Legend at 65th place. And now I want to switch gears and talk about Injustice 2 for a little bit. What a fairy tale story for Tweety. A lot of people don't like Tweety. He is quite brash and abrasive, and he likes to play the villain. I talk to Tweety a lot. I know him really well. He's a really good guy. He's just the community needs that right now, which is fine. People love to hate him, it's cool. But this whole narrative with him and Tekken Master, with Tekken Master pulling out last minute, Tweety coming up through the woodwork, really showing that everybody else has kind of been slacking with this Dragon Ball FighterZ. Lots of upsets in pools, you know, KP and Foxy Grandpa being eliminated early by Magic Man, you know. Tweety winning the entire tournament. Gross getting second. It just really goes to show who's been playing and who hasn't been. So it is a really hilarious how this turned out. And you know Tekken Master is kind of going home with his tail between his legs. You know, kind of, you know, he should be humbled by this, in my opinion. But speaking about Tekken Master, there was some controversy early on in pools as his teammate, Shark Teeth, sent Dragon to Loser's first match. Now, Dragon did earlier, a few days ago, say that he was hospitalized for what seemed to be panic attacks, and he was having issues with that. And at the end of his pool, it seemed that he had been DQ'd, and it was rumored that there was some health stuff that was going on with him. However, after talking to a top player who will remain nameless, apparently Dragon just decided that he did not want to play. He didn't enjoy Injustice, so he decided to DQ himself. Whether this is true or not, I do not know. Of course, he did post pictures on Twitter that he was in the hospital. But if that is indeed true, you know, I would just wonder how his sponsor would react to that. You know, paying for a player to go there and DQing himself because it didn't feel like playing the game. And he also eliminated 3 to 4 people before he did that. So I'm assuming that it is something to do with the health-wise, and maybe the information that I got was maybe from, you know, someone who maybe has some ill will or something towards him. But you know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of both scenarios? You know, obviously I saw Dragon later on in the day, and he seemed to be okay. He was talking and chatting and having a good time with everybody, so didn't seem to be any sign of health problem. But what are your thoughts of if, like, say he did drop out just because he was bored with the game? You know, how do you think that affects his sponsor, the people that were eliminated by him? Do you think that was a good choice to make? If you're not enjoying the game, then don't participate. I'm interested to hear what you think about that. And lastly, I'm going to touch on some non-NRS related news. This was a pretty big story that actually started a few weeks ago, and it's kind of just, you know, coming to the forefront now. It's PUBG is suing Fortnite for stealing the basis of their Battle Royale game. So there's not a whole lot of information out there about this right now. Allegedly, back in January, PUBG did file a dispute to save their copyright on the genre of Battle Royale games. So I don't think it's actually gone to an official court or anything yet, but this is really interesting to me. When I took law class in high school, I was told that you can never avoid a lawsuit. You know, someone can always sue you for whatever. Whether they win or not is a different thing, but they can always sue you, and that seems to be what PUBG is doing right now. I don't really know how much of a leg they have to stand on, though. Fortnite is massively more popular, they have more money to put into a legal team, and also a genre of a game is not, I don't believe, something that can be copyrighted in that aspect. That would be similar to Street Fighter suing Mortal Kombat for making a fighting game. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, they took the basis of PUBG, but Fortnite is a completely different game. They added a bunch of, you know, the whole building aspect of it. Obviously, the weapons are different. You know, you got the taunts and all that kind of stuff. So it seems like they took a general idea of it and they kind of built upon it to make, so it seems to be a more successful game. Not to mention they have more money for it to run better on servers and all that kind of stuff. But again, interesting topic. Want to know what you guys hear about it. Let me know. I don't think that they have a leg to stand on. I think it's wasting a bunch of money, and maybe PUBG is losing a lot of their player base to Fortnite, and they're trying to save some face here. But yeah, what do you guys think? And that's it for Showeekly Dink this week. If you have a story you want me to cover, put it in the comments below, and or you can tweet it at me. Use the hashtag ShoeWeeklyDink, and I'll make sure to put it in my next episode. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like because it really helps me out, and subscribe because we make new videos every single day. Hashtag Bonehawks and all that stuff, and we'll see all you guys in the next video.